Hi everybody, it's Deborah from PeopleLovingAnimals.com. Thanks so much for tuning in and watching today's video. Today's video is called How to Take Care of a Kitten. I'm going to have a lot of help for you in today's video about how to take care of a new kitten. I'm also going to have several additional resources for you, and also in the description box I'm going to give you a link to get a printable list of all the things that you need for your new kitten. So I think today's video is going to be very helpful, especially if you're a brand new cat owner. If it is helpful, please go ahead and give the video a like. It does really help YouTubers when you do that. Let's go ahead and get started. If you've not been here before, you don't know, my name is Deborah. I own this website called PeopleLovingAnimals.com. We are going to use this article called How to Take Care of a Kitten to guide us through today's video. I'm going to give you a link to this article and also a link to everything that we talk about in today's video, all in the description box. Now, if you have a new kitten, you might want to go ahead and subscribe, because I do videos several times a month all about the care and health and training of dogs and cats. Now also, if you use the link that I'm giving you to get the printable list of things you need for your new kitten, that puts you on my cat lovers email list. And that means when you're on that list about once a week, you will get an email from PeopleLovingAnimals.com, and it'll be all about cats. So I think that'll be a really great resource for you going forward with your new kitten. So let's go ahead and get started. How to take care of a kitten. You know, I want to take a minute to congratulate you on getting your new kitten. I have owned several cats in my life, and each and every one of them has been a source of love and companionship and entertainment. So if you are doing this for the first time, if you're a first-time cat owner, believe me when I tell you, you're not going to regret it. But it is important to learn how to take care of your kitten, and you need to learn about cat behavior. You need to learn about cat training in order for you and your cat to have a successful relationship. Okay, so I'm so glad that you're here and you're finding out information, and I think I'm going to be able to give you a lot of help here today. Now, first of all, like I said, go in the description box, click the link, get the list of supplies that you need for your new kitten. Also, one of the most important things is to find a good veterinarian. If you don't already have a veterinarian, then you could ask family members or friends for a recommendation. If you adopted your kitten from a shelter or a local pet store, they might be able to give you a recommendation for a good vet in your area. Now, understand that kittens do need to be taken to the vet as soon as possible. Now, if you adopted your kitten from a shelter or a pet store, chances are they've already had their first shot. They've already been dewormed, and they may have even been already spayed or neutered. Now, if that's the case, that's fine, but you still have to establish your kitten with a vet, and your kitten may need follow-up shots, okay? If your kitten has had none of that, then that's even more reason you need to get your kitten to the vet. Most kittens do have worms, and they can be fatal, okay? So it's important. You need to go get them their shots to protect them from certain diseases, get them dewormed, and I do believe in spaying and neutering unless you specifically want your female cat to have kittens, or if you specifically want your male cat to be a father. Unless that's the case, there's a million reasons why you should have your cat spayed or neutered. So please go ahead, get a vet, and get your kitten to the vet right away. Also, it's a good opportunity for you to talk with the vet and ask any questions that you might have, right? Get you off to a good start. Also, you might consider getting pet health insurance. Getting pet health insurance for your kitten will be cheaper. If the younger the pet is, the cheaper the pet insurance is. If you want some help on deciding whether you should do that, you can watch my video called Is Pet Insurance Worth It for Cats? And you can also watch my video called Health Insurance for Pets, Everything You Need to Know. I can recommend a good pet health insurance company called Healthy Paws. I'm going to give you a link to them and also my full review of them in the description box, so you can get some information and educate yourself so that you can make a decision whether you would like to get pet health insurance for your cat. Also, choose a quality food. Now, you might be surprised to learn that growing kittens need 3 times more calories and nutrients than an adult cat. Okay, so it's very important that you pay attention to the nutritional needs of your kitten. It's also very important for cats to have a moist diet. Now, unfortunately, I found this out the hard way. I had a cat who died of kidney disease, and when she was originally diagnosed, the vet said that he suspected it was because she had been eating dry food her whole life. I never gave her canned food. I always just gave her dry food. And he said that cats typically don't drink a lot. And he made a joke and said, if you give a dog a bowl of water, they'll drink the whole bowl. If you give a cat a bowl of water, they'll drink a thimbleful. So they don't really drink like dogs do. They get their food or their water from their food. Okay, so it's very, very important that you're giving your cat wet food on a daily basis for their whole life. Now, I'm going to give you a link to my video, What is the Best Food for My Cat? It talks a little bit more about this and gives you some more help and knowledge about this. But my cat Whiskers, he's about 8 months old now. He will be on Kitten Chow for his first year. You can use Purina. You can use other brands of dry kitten chow. And also he gets wet canned cat food in the morning and at night. Now, I'm going to give you a couple of resources here. Well, decide on a feeding schedule. I'd like you to go to this article by Chewy.com. It's called How Much to Feed Your Kitten. I highly suggest going to their website because I was super impressed with that blog post, and it's very, very detailed. So between asking your vet, read the instructions on the packaging for your cat food of how much to give your cat, and also read this article to get some guidance so that you know how much to feed your kitten and how often to feed your kitten. Also, do not give your kitten milk. Contrary to popular belief, milk is really not good for cats, and it'll give a kitten diarrhea. Okay, so don't think you're treating your kitten with some milk. Just forget about the milk. Okay, make sure that they have clean water. Make sure that their water dish is clean. Also, remember that kittens like to, sometimes they'll play in the water dish, and sometimes they'll spill it. So just make sure that you're checking the dish often to make sure that they do, in fact, still have water in the dish. A couple things. Let's see. One thing I do want to say about choosing a food for your kitten is, think ahead, and you want to provide, obviously, a good quality food for your cat. But it's got to be within your budget. Okay, so don't feel guilty if you have to go on the lower price end of things. You do the best you can based on your budget. Now, also, you want to make sure you keep the lights on in the rent paid, right? You need to have money to provide for the kitten to have a place to live, to provide all the supplies that they need, for them to have toys, for them to have a bed, for them to have a litter box, and for them to have medical care. So, you got to look at the whole big picture. So don't beat yourself up if you need to, budget for your cat's food and get something that's a little less expensive, okay? Also, set up a litter box. And again, about the cat litter, I'm going to give you a link for Pretty Litter. I don't know if you've seen the commercials. I have not tried it yet. It does seem like a pretty fantastic kitty litter. But again, buy kitty litter that is within your budget. Now, you should get a litter box that is big enough for your kitten to comfortably move around in. Make sure that you put your litter box in a quiet place where the cat won't be frightened or disturbed. And then try to keep the litter box in the same place, and also try to keep the same litter. If you have a cat litter that your cat will use, it's your best bet to stick with it because cats are very finicky about their litter box. Now, I'm going to give you a link to my video, How to Stop a Cat from Urinating in the House, 10 Reasons Why Your Cat Won't Use the Litter Box. I really recommend that you watch that video, especially if you're a new cat owner, because that's going to give you a heads up of all the things to do to prevent your cat from peeing in the house and to get them to always use the litter box for their whole life, okay? Also, keep in mind that very young kittens, they'll play in the litter box, so just make sure you keep it clean so you don't have stinky kitty. And also, they'll sometimes eat the litter, so, you're going to try to discourage this, but never scold or punish your kitten when they're in the litter box. Like, never do that. You never want the litter box to be a scary place, okay? You never want to chase them out of the litter box. And also, when they do poop or pee in the litter box, especially at first, give them a little praise. Maybe give them a little treat, give them a little praise for going poop or pee in the litter box. Also, the most important thing that you can do when you're training a kitten to go in the litter box is put them in the litter box. Put them in, put them in, put them in, put them in several times a day. When they first wake up, especially when they first eat, or when they finish eating, put them in the litter box. Just keep placing them in there, placing them in there. It's the best way, okay? Because eventually they will poop or pee in there, and then they realize that they actually like it. Cats like to bury it, so just repetitively keep putting your cat in the litter box. This is my boy Whiskers. If you've been here before, you know I adopted him as a feral kitten back in October. He's about 8 months old now, and I love him so much. Get a cat bed. Here's Whiskers in his little bed. What you might want to do, I'm going to take you to Amazon real quick. I'm going to give you links to all this stuff. I want to show you this. You may want to get like a teepee for your kitten, or one of these where your kitten can crawl inside of it. I'm looking for a teepee. Do you know what I mean? Oh, here it is. See this teepee? Whiskers had that when he first came here, and it was really a blessing for him because he was a feral kitten, so he was particularly scared, okay, when he came to my house. So if you get one of those cat caves or the little teepee, it's a place for your kitten to hide, and it's a safe place for them. And when they're in there, they don't have to sleep with one eye open, right? And you do have to remember that cats are prey in the wild, okay? So their instincts are to stay quiet, to stay hidden, to stay safe. So if you have a young kitten, give them a place to sleep that's quiet and safe, and you might want to consider one of those cat caves or little teepee for them. Whiskers loved his teepee. Oh, it was so cute. His little face in there. It was just so sweet. He still has his teepee. He doesn't sleep in it, but he plays in it all the time. I always throw toys in there and he plays in it. He'll get inside that teepee and you see the teepee rolling down the hall because he's gotten quite a bit bigger now. He's 8 months old. So you see him surfing down the hall in that teepee. So it ends up being a place where they can always run and hide, a place where they can sleep, and it's also a really good way to keep them occupied for several hours. Now, how to train a kitten. I highly recommend getting some help with kitten training, especially if you are a new cat owner. Honestly, prevention is the best medicine. The best thing that you can do to prevent your cat from destroying your stuff, from chewing on things, from scratching your furniture, to peeing in the house, biting, all these things, is for you to educate yourself on cat behavior and how to prevent these things. I'm going to give you a link to this cat training program called the Complete Cat Training Guide. It's put out by kingdomofpets.com. It is a downloadable ebook that contains step-by-step instructions for solving 25 real-life cat behavior programs. It's an ebook. You download it. You'll have it for life. You'll have it to refer to as your cat gets older. And it's only $37, and it comes with a money-back guarantee. So especially if you're a new cat owner, spend the $37, get the ebook, and educate yourself, because you're going to be able to prevent a lot of aggravation. And also, you don't want to be yelling at your cat all the time. You don't want to be mean to him. You don't want to scare him, because guess what? A stressed out cat, you're going to end up with a whole bunch of not only behavioral issues, but also health issues if you have a cat who is stressed out, okay? So please just go ahead and get the help with training if you need it. Now, before we go, I want to give you a few just of my personal tips. By the way, this is Whiskers when he was little. I had him about 2 weeks here, and he had run under the chair, and I was playing with him. Look at his little face. Honestly, I could die. Whiskers is so cute. Honestly, he's the best boy. I was kind of nervous about adopting a feral cat. If you don't know what that is, that's a cat who's been born outside. Its mother lived outside. Okay, so they're not like domesticated yet, so they take a lot more training and stuff. I had to have him in a crate for the first 2 weeks that I had him. And so I was a little scared about that because I had never done that before, but he's turned out to be the best boy. He really is a good boy. I haven't really had to do a lot of training with him. He's just very smart. So there he is. Now, some of the things that I've personally done with Whiskers and with other kittens over the years, I may be able to just help you with some things. First of all, one of the best pieces of advice I can give you is get your hands on that kitten. You want to handle your kitten a lot. You want to handle their paws, play with their paws, because guess what? They're going to have their nails clipped. You don't want a screaming cat who's going to rip your face off or rip the vet's face off when they're trying to trim their nails. So if you start right from when they're a kitten, handle their nails, touch their toes, get them used to that. Now, I have no problem trimming Whiskers' nails. Okay, now the first time I tried to trim his nails, he let me trim two toenails. The next couple of times I trimmed his nails, he let me do one paw. Now we're up to 2 paws. He'll let me do 2 paws. Okay, so he's getting used to it, but I think it gave me a head start by just getting him used to his paws being touched. Also, touch their face all the time. Put your hands around their ears, around their mouth, and because, over the years, especially as they get older, they're going to have to be examined by the vet. What if they had a dental problem? What if somebody's got to be able to open their mouth? They've got to be able to touch the cat. You see, so it's going to make it easier for you and your vet to care for your cat throughout its whole life if they're used to being handled. And it may help your cat because, it's going to be a lot less scary for them if they're used to being handled, right? Also, I do suggest holding your cat a little longer than they want sometimes. Pick up your cat, they fight to get away. Don't ever aggravate your cat, and don't get your chest ripped apart with claws, but just hold them a little bit more than they might like. Because again, you want to get them used to, for example, if they have an appointment at the vet, you got to be able to pick them up. You got to be able to hold them whether they like it or not. You got to be able to put them in the crate. You got to be able to hold them at the vet when they're having their temperature taken and the vet's doing all this annoying stuff. Do you see what I mean? So I can't stress it enough. Get your hands on your cat. Get them used to being touched and handled, and get them used to being under your physical control and holding them. If you have a cat that doesn't want to be held at all, you might try just, start with lifting them off the floor for a second and then put them down. And then a couple times later, hold them just for a second and then put them down. The next time you hold them a little longer and put them down. Now, I can tell you this works. Whiskers is a lover boy. I am telling you, I pick up this cat so many times a day and I kiss him. I kiss him on the top of the head and he'll put his little forehead up like this for me to kiss him. And I can snuggle him. He's getting a little bigger now so I can hug him. He's not so tiny. And he's just a love bug. He's a lover boy. And I think that's because I started loving on him right from the very beginning. Now, maybe this doesn't matter to you, but if you're like me and you want a cat to snuggle, it's a good way, start it out when they're young, kiss them a lot, hug them a lot, hold them a lot, right? Now, I know that he likes it because not only does he not kick away from it, but he's purring the whole time. It's very sweet. I love him very much. He's a very sweet boy. Now, as far as cat fur, I've never had a problem with cat fur in my house, and I've had up to 3 cats at a time. One of the things you can do is brush them often. It just helps, get rid of the cat fur, and also helps them with fur balls. And also, I always had blankets or Afghans wherever the cats would be, like if one on my bed, one on the couch, if they have a favorite chair. And also for their kitty bed, give them a little blanket, because you can wash those blankets fairly often. And not only do you not have any smells in the house for the cat, but it gets rid of the cat hair, right? Now, regarding the litter box, everyone has always said to me that they would never know that I had a cat because they come in my house and they never smell the litter box, okay? And what I did was I would scoop the litter box once a day, sometimes twice a day, depending on how many cats I had at the time and how often they go. But at least once a day, you should scoop your litter box. And I just keep a little trash can with a little plastic bag in it. What I do right now is I have those poop bags, that you take to take your dog for a walk, those little poop bags. I have those. And just, it holds like a day or two of poop. And just keep that next to the litter box so it's convenient. Keep the scoop next to the litter box, and at least once a day, scoop the litter. And then once a week or so, you can either dump the litter box and wash it and put fresh cat litter in, which you should do if you have more than one cat using the litter box. But use your own judgment. If the litter box is like stinky and really dirty, then go ahead and dump it. Wash it with dish soap. Don't wash it with bleach. Cats are too sensitive. That smell is too much. Okay, don't wash it with bleach. Just wash it with a little dish soap and put fresh litter in it. But if it's really not that dirty, then just scoop it out. And I put a little baking soda in the litter box. I just put like a light coating of baking soda across the top of the litter, and then I mix it in with the litter. Once a week I put some baking soda in. So like I say, everybody's always said they would never know I had a cat. So that's my routine for the litter box. Now, also, I personally have made all of my cats indoor cats. Most experts agree that this provides a longer, healthier life for cats. If you are on the fence on this, or if you're not sure if you want your cat to be an indoor cat or an outdoor cat, go ahead and watch my video called How to Keep Indoor Cats Happy. And you're going to find out that they can have a pretty delightful life indoors. You know, you can give them absolutely everything that they need to be happy without the dangers of being outside. So it's just from me to you, that's my advice. A couple more things before we go. Thanks, by the way, for sticking with me so long. I really do hope that I'm helping you here. Please give the video a like and go ahead and subscribe. I donate to animal charities. I do peoplelovinganimals.com as my job. It's my full-time job. And I donate 10% of all of the commissions that I earn on the website and also on this YouTube channel to animal charities. And if you go to the homepage of my website, peoplelovinganimals.com, you will see a list of the animal charities that I donate to. So again, thanks so much for watching. I hope I've given you some help here. I've got several videos that you might enjoy on my YouTube channel. I do have a cat training playlist. You might want to take a look under the pet care playlist and also the pet health playlist, and go through and pick the ones for cats that you would be interested in watching. I very highly recommend go in the description box, click on the links I'm giving you, get all this knowledge, because your life as a cat owner and with your new kitten is going to be so much better, and your cat's life will be so much happier, and he'll be more happy, more content, and well behaved. You know, so I give you a whole lot of credit for getting on YouTube and educating yourself, and I would love it so much if you would drop a comment. Let me know what you think of the video. Let me know what your kitten's name is and how old they are, and if you have any specific questions about your kitten, please feel free to ask. If I can help you, I will. So again, thanks so much for watching. My name is Deborah, and my website is peoplelovinganimals.com. Thanks again. Bye-bye.